We was on the bottom, yeah. Now we headed to the top, new level. On my level, don't see anybody, I don't see him. This right here could never stop, this could never stop. Ay, this right here could never stop. Hold up, nah, nah. Ay, this right here could never stop. Hold up, nah, nah. Ay, this right here could never stop. Hold up, nah, nah. Ay, this right here could never stop. Hold up, nah, nah. One time, ay. I live on the job, right? Yeah, I'm always at work, right? Real people stay by me, right? Haters wanna do hurt, right? Know they tryna stop me, right? Drag my name through dirt, right? I don't feed into the hate, right? I just answer with a smirk, facts. I feel so special, facts. I know my worth, facts. My bloodline royal, facts. We the kings of the earth, right? You can't stop this, nah, nah. You can't stop this, no way. Yo.
That's a big one. A lot of our people disrespect their parents. You see what I'm saying? And it's God said that you got to honor your mother and father so that your days may be long upon the earth. You got to think about it. How many young brothers do we see that die all the time? You see, you know why? Because they breaking God's commandments. Right. See? And that's why. Because God's commandments is the things that give us life. Go ahead. Read what you got. Give me Deuteronomy 10 and 12. Let me show you something.
Get it to him.
Matter of fact, let's get some commandments. Because what are some commandments? What are some commandments that you think that y'all are breaking, right? Or are you keeping on? You say you're not? Okay, you say you're not keeping all of them? So what are you breaking? Say it again. All types. Okay, we're going to do it all. Read what you got.
1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you?
So God said that we are His temple. Y'all smoke? You say you smoke? What you smoke? So God said, I know that you break the commandments and you know that you disrespect your mother and you don't listen. I'm pretty sure you don't want to smoke. You say you don't mind smoking? Okay, well after tonight,
Out of trouble.
you 25? Okay. Hey, if age don't got nothing to do with it. Because look, I'll put it to you like this. Let's deal with it on the earthly level. What's gonna happen if you get pulled over with some police with marijuana?
Come on.
So, Ma, as a mother, do you think even if they keep him calm, do you think that's smart for him to do?
No.
Okay, now we're gonna see what God.
He'll be out in the streets with it. It keeps him home.
I hear you. Listen, I feel for you because I understand it's difficult. We want to keep our babies home because we know that the place where we live ain't safe.
Right.
I get that. I understand what you're saying. But if you truly want your son to be safe, you gotta teach him this. You must teach him the Bible. And we're gonna show you how. Read.
Know ye not that ye are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you?
So he said that you are the temple of God. You are the Israelites. You are God's chosen people.
Right.
God dwells inside of you. Read.
If any man defile the temple of God.
So now he said, if you defile your temple, because think about it, would you allow your son to go into church and smoke some weed?
Oh.
Right? You wouldn't do it. But guess what? Your son's body is the temple of God.
Right.
You wouldn't let him smoke in the filthy church, but he is the actual temple that God is in.
Right.
You see how that's contradictory? Now let's see what God said that you're going to do if you defile your temple. Meaning if you defile your temple by smoking weed, by smoking cigarettes, if you defile your temple by sleeping around with a lot of women, because I know when I was a young brother, that's what I used to do. Let's see, eating pork, eating things that God said you're not supposed to do. All of these things defile your body, your temple. And now let's see what God said he's going to do if you do that. Read.
If any man defile the temple of God, him shall God destroy.
Him shall God what?
Him shall God destroy.
So you thinking about it, you thinking you keeping your son safe. But God said if you keep on defiling his temple, I will destroy him. You see how serious that is? So now that we get in the proper context of the Bible, should you allow him to keep smoking? No. So it's going to take you as a mother to say, listen, if you're going to be in my house, my rules say you can't smoke. And you, knowing that you disrespect your mom, now you got to take that step and listen to her because God is warning you that he will kill you. if you disobey his laws. You see how serious that is? That's why our neighborhoods is like it is, like people getting shot down in the street. We got prostitution, drugs, all kind of nonsense. Why? Because we are destroyed. God is proving that it's moving something. Because he putting us to death wholesale. Look at what happened to the young brother, George Floyd. He was jogging, minding his business, and got put to death. That was where George Floyd got killed. Was that in Atlanta, I believe? Minnesota. And remember they had it filmed? Right. So you know, these things can happen. And God's saying that if you defile his temple, he will destroy you. God not gonna come down here and slap you and beat you up. He gonna send that white man down the street. He gonna send a police officer down the street, and they gonna be the one to kill you. Or when you look at the back of that cigarillo pack or whatever, what you smoke out of Dutchess or what? Whatever you use, in the back of the papers, what it say it could be. It say it give you cancer, right? See, God ain't no joke, man. God's saying, I will destroy you. So from now on, Ma, you gotta tell him to stop. In your house, your rules go. You don't want to run that house. You as a young man, you're 25, right? Are you working? So how do you get the money to smoke? All right, we're gonna deal with that. Because as a young man, you actually getting past the young man stage. Now, you got a girlfriend? You say you don't got a girlfriend? You dealing with women? So y'all just broke up a week ago, huh? So I know your mom might not want to hear this. You were sleeping with the girl? Okay, we're gonna deal with all of that. Give me Hebrews chapter 13 and verse 4. You gotta understand, so I'm assuming you live with your mom. Okay, so we're gonna deal with that. Think about it. You sleeping with the young lady, right? Now you learning that you're an Israelite. I'm gonna put it to you plain. African Americans sleep around from woman to woman. They live with their mom when they're grown. But God said that you're an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. Right. But that's not our custom. When we become a man, we gotta start behaving like men. We gotta get a job. We can't be smoking weed. We gotta be totally opposite of what they're telling us. Because in the music, they make it okay to do what you're doing. But God got a higher standard for you from being that you're from the tribe of Judah, being that you're an Israelite. All right. So we're gonna show you. Because you sleeping with the sister, you live with your mom. You don't got a job. What if the sister get pregnant? You see, Mom, and I understand. I know it's hard on our sisters. You know, I don't know. Is his father passed away, so you're doing it by yourself, right? So I understand it's difficult. But now, if you come around like-minded brothers like how we are, if you take that flyer and do what you're supposed to do, we can help you. You understand? We can show you the proper way. Because it's hard on our people. But we get those solutions now out of the Bible.
Hebrews chapter 13 and verse 4. Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled.
So, my young brother, what's your name again? Trey? Trey. God said that marriage is honorable. Because we are honorable people. Right now we breaking God's commandments. We became niggas. I'm going to make it plain. But God said that we are the Israelites. God said in order to be honorable, we have to be married. Not boyfriend and girlfriend. Read.
Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled. But whoremongers and adulterers, God will judge.
So we learned that God will put you to death if you defile your temple. Another way, he said he'll judge you or put you to death is if you are dealing with women and you're not married. Because think about it. I'm pretty sure you got friends. I'm pretty sure some of your friends was dealing with some women and they done got some diseases, huh? Yeah. I know when I was young, I remember I had a friend, this first time that he slept with a sister who got syphilis. You know why? Because God, hey, you know why that happened? We think that just happened by coincidence, but God is in control of all of it. You see how serious that is? God is putting those diseases on people. So you think that you're safe out here. God forbid that you don't get the sister pregnant, but you catch a disease. Then what? God's saying that he will judge you if you're sleeping around with women. Now, I would advise that you will get married to the sister, but you don't even have a job, so we got to deal with that. 2 Thessalonians. Now remember, where did I say you was from? What does God call you? Israelite from what tribe? from the tribe of Judah. So now you're learning how an Israelite from the tribe of Judah must operate, all right? We don't have boyfriends and girlfriends. We have wives. We get married. We do things honorably. An African American has a boyfriend and a girlfriend. An Israelite from the tribe of Judah does things honorably and gets a wife, all right? But in order for you to get that wife, you got to do something first. Read what you got. 2 Thessalonians. Read. Huh? Go ahead, read what you got. Okay.
2 Thessalonians chapter 3 and verse 10. For even when we were with you, this we commanded you.
This is a commandment, Trey. This is what God has commanded you as a young man from the tribe of Judah, all right? Read.
That if any would not work, neither should he eat.
God's saying if you don't work, you shouldn't eat. Give me Ephesians 4:28 about the brother. The brother said that he'll steal. Let's see. Because, hey, I don't know what Trey, I don't know what you're into. You may be, because you got money to smoke weed, you're getting it somehow. You may not want to tell me how you're getting the money, but I know I've been your age. I know what we do. I hear you. I know. And we're going to see what God said about those ways that we get money. Read.
Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 28. Let him that stole steal no more.
Trey, what the Bible just said. Read it again for Trey. He looking across the street. I hope you're not looking for that girl. All right, read that again.
Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 28. Let him that stole steal no more, but rather let him labor.
Let him do what?
Let him labor, working with his hands.
On what?
Working with his hands.
So that's what God's saying. God's saying instead of doing all of those things that you do to get money, you should labor and work with your hands. Right now, do you have any children? That's for you too? That's not for him? Why you say that's for you? That's for you. You got a problem with slavery. Oh, well, look, now you getting the solution. And sis, I understand what you're saying. Because a lot of times right now it's difficult for us. And we find ourselves doing many crazy things to get money. But God said, what? Read it again.
Let him that stole steal no more, but rather let him labor, working with his hands, the thing which is good.
That thing which is what?
The thing which is good, that he may have to give to him that needeth.
So that's what you're supposed to be doing. Instead of being a loser, instead of hustling, God's saying labor, so that way you got good money, and then you can help the people around you.
Right.
Guess what? You got to think about it, because you know, give me Titus chapter 3 verse 3. Right. You still. Right.
You have your sword on you, right, for this? You don't have a sword.
Right. See, you got to think about it. The thing that you think is you're going through, God's saying, it's not. You can't do good with. You can't do good with drugs. You can't do good with money that's stolen. It's dirt. But read what you got. I'm gonna show you something. Because sis, I don't want you to think that we up here, we ain't never been through that life. We know the struggle too. But that's why we out here to tell you now that there's a way to change. Because all of us up here used to do many crazy different things. Me and myself included. But guess what? Now we work with our hands. Now we do things the right way, and now we are able to help each other. Right. You see what I'm saying? Righteously. And then we don't have those problems anymore. It's the farthest thing from our mind now to go and boost. Before it was, but now that we got the Bible, we know better. Read.
Titus chapter 3 and verse 3. For we ourselves also were sometimes foolish, disobedient, deceived.
So we was disobedient too. All right, Trey? I ain't telling you anything that I ain't never do. When I was your age, I used to mess from woman to woman. I used to smoke weed like a chicken. I did all of that. But now I understand the reason why nothing was working for me is because I was breaking God's commandments. You gotta think about it. As a young brother, with you being 25 and you not have a job, you gotta think, what am I doing wrong that I can't work? God is saying that because you're doing it the wrong way. You see what I'm saying?
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone, 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.